name is Ritvik Dashora. I'm a CFA charter holder, and I'm with my business partners Satyam Upadhyay and Yashu Gupta, and we are building something called Tradomate, which stands for Trade Automate, right? Which is basically a wealth tech SaaS platform for trade analysis and automation, right? So I would just like request you all to ask yourself a question. The first one is, how many of you have ever traded any particular stock, like be it in India or US or any other exchange as well, or crypto as well? And how many of you guys have actually faced some problems in doing an in-depth analysis and automating those things, right? We work full time with other jobs as well, and we cannot just dedicate 6.5 hours of our daily time on trading purposes, right? So that's where we are actually trying to build a solution on. And to give a basic one-liner about Tradomate.one, it is a trade analysis and automation platform to empower trading enthusiasts and professionals, enabling them to build, analyze strategies within 30 minutes. That's something that we are targeting. Our USP is a three-layered backtesting approach for trade analysis. Now, the idea of this three-layered backtesting approach, I'll dig deeper into this thing in the subsequent slides. But the main idea here is I am a trader myself for last 9.5 years. I do algo trading as well for last 4.5 years. And I could see that most of the people, most of the clients whom with I've actually worked in the past, don't do detailed backtesting analysis. They don't do detailed analysis of what they have built, and they just like go in the live market and lose a lot of money. That's a very big problem, especially in the cryptocurrencies market and the securities where the volatility is quite high. That's where we have built an in-house model, which is a three-layered backtesting approach, which actually bifurcates the entire analysis process in three different layers. With the first layer being the basic one, second layer, which is a bit detailed one, and the third layer, which mostly like the professionals and people who are very serious about trading, they would actually find it very interesting. So that's about what we are trying to do. But if you just talk about the entire market, the entire trading space, in US itself, in last 1 decade, the trading volume has surged by over 100%, right? It reached to close to $100 trillion in 2022. And in 2023, we have data till September, and it's already crossed $95 trillion. You could see a big demand in the trading space, right? Now, it includes both institutional and retail trading. But the main idea here is the stocks are getting traded a lot. This is just the US data. If you talk about other economies, major economies like China or India, right? India is a very booming market as well. And some finance-oriented economies like Singapore or Hong Kong or Dubai, for example, etc., they actually have a huge potential of bringing a lot of trading volume into the market. Now, most of this trading, especially in the retail side, is being done through manual trading, right? They are just like sitting in front of multiple screens, um, uh, doing all the analysis at that moment of time itself, and then making the decision and then making the trades themselves, clicking on buy and sell buttons themselves. We all know that it has a huge scalability concern because first thing is lack of speed. Then the biggest problem is emotional bias because, of course, for example, I might be very much biased towards, say, Infosys. I will think twice or thrice before selling Infosys stock, right? I'm just giving an example. So this is a very big problem as well. Infosys is a good company, but we can say that the market has already overpriced that particular stock. So emotional bias is another thing. Then we have the third thing, which is poor risk management. As I mentioned in the beginning, which is backtesting or the trade analysis is something that no one takes very seriously. And this is again a very important aspect, which we most of the time offset before going to the live market, especially into the options and futures trading. I think most of us would have some friends who would have lost a lot of money into the options and futures trading as well. So yeah, you can see a huge potential over there as well. Then, as I mentioned, limited backtesting and the time constraints. Like we are doing full-time job. I cannot spend time from 9:15 to 3:30 every time, every day to make trades. Even I am very much knowledgeable on that segment. So that's the reason we think that the idea of trade automation is not just fascinating, but an ideal approach because as we see, the market is growing significantly. If we just talk about the algo trading market, the entire market size, the global market size, is expected to be $42 billion by 2030, with a CAGR of 13%, right? Which is more than the GDP growth rate of most of the major economies. It means that this particular segment, this particular sector will be growing on an alpha. In finance terms, in investment terms, we say alpha, right? So this will be growing at an alpha if we talk about the industry growth rate, right? But the main problem here with the already existing market is that because I have also faced this problem for last 4.5 years. I have many clients worked with me as well. This entire system is very much broken, right? If you see on this slide, there are multiple puzzle pieces, and this is the exact situation of algo trading market right now. The broker and exchange puzzle pieces are completely integrated. We have good brokers right now in the market. There's no problem with that integration. People have very limited insights on the market, right? People still they watch news channels like CNBC, they read Financial Times, they go through Bloomberg, etc. But still, we have considered that let's still integrate it, let's still like attach it with the two other puzzle pieces. But if you talk about other things like making a trading strategy, even if I have some trading strategy in my mind, making it and then automating it is something which someone can just think about. API integration, historical data for back testing. These are the three things that people struggle with a lot. And that's the reason I worked as a freelancer myself for last 4.5 years, and I could see that many people have actually came to me just to solve these three problems. I've built more than 500 trading bots in my experience as of now. Paper trading is a completely different game to altogether because there are few players who are offering paper trading, but very basic. If you just talk about, I don't consider paper trading as just a simulation. I consider paper trading as a forward testing. Right? We talk about backward testing, which is back testing. We also focus on forward testing, which is an analysis of any particular trading strategy in the real time data. So for that thing as well, we should have a complete detailed model to give us proper insights on what all different problems are there in the trading strategy and how we can improve those things, right? So that's the plan that we're working on. Can you see my screen? It got stuck a bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have integrated all these important segments together, which is paper trading, API integration, detailed reports, historical data for backtesting, exchange, market insights, security, broker, and generative AI as well to help clients making their own strategies. The client just needs to bring his or her trading strategy in the platform, and that's it. They will actually see the entire detailed analysis of their strategy. They can deploy it on paper trading. They can deploy it on real world trading, which is real money, by integrating their favorite broker, for example, Zerodha, Grow, or in US, it can be Alpaca or any other thing, Robinhood, for example. And these are the 5 different segments that we are offering. First one is streamlined strategy development. They will have a very easy to understand platform where they can build their own strategy. Second is the backtesting approach that I mentioned about in the beginning. Third is very easy click of a button broker integration. Fourth is comprehensive analytical insight. And the fifth thing is seamless user experience.